Hey, what's up? Right away, you'll notice the new solo versus squads option for higher level raiders. It's an opt-in toggle for players level 40 and up that lets you queue solo into matches where squads are the norm. And it even tacks on a nice little reward, extra end of round XP, if you choose to tough it out. For casual players who like the unpredictability of matchmaking, that means more challenging encounters and a clearer path to earn more progression without having to assemble a full team every time. That also shifts how you think about builds. Survivability and self-sufficiency become more valuable when you can't assume a teammate will revive you or cover an angle. There's a new multi-step trophy display system that gives long-term goals beyond the usual grind. Instead of just repeating runs for tokens, you now pursue groups of arc to assemble components, which eventually let you craft a display case with unique rewards, blueprints, raider tokens, and some heavier completion prizes. It's the kind of meta content that rewards persistence and makes certain fights feel more meaningful because you know they contribute to a tangible project. That pairs nicely with the new Epic Augments, 2 fresh types, and 7 new quests that expand out the roster of things to chase. Those augments change loadout decisions. Some of them tilt towards more defensive or utility-oriented play, so you'll want to experiment and see which combos actually move the needle in live engagements. Map changes are substantial. Buried City gets a Bird City condition that permanently or periodically alters rooftop traversal with nests, zip lines, and more vertical combat, which makes the skyline a contested space rather than just aesthetic. A number of other map-specific fixes landed too. Stella Monte's had extraction issues patched, Bastion out-of-bounds spawns were addressed, Night Raid got lighting tweaks, and dozens of stuck locations across Dam, Spaceport, and others were cleaned up. These aren't just polish. They affect where fights break out, how you plan extractions, and how predictable environmental hazards behave. Expect the early rounds after this patch to look different as players rediscover favored routes and contested choke points. The update also touches party and social systems. An open party option means friends can join, even if someone is already in round, and squad invites are more flexible now, not just the leader can invite. That's a nice quality of life change for people who run irregular groups or drag new folks into a run mid-session. Controls and QOL received attention as well. PC players get a mouse smoothing option and free gamepad rebinding, which should reduce friction for players swapping controllers or fine-tuning aim feel. There are fixes to achievements that were misbehaving too, so if you've been frustrated by something not tracking, check your progress after a few matches. On the AI side, a slew of behavior fixes aimed at traversal and combat was included. A archetypes like Leaper, Shredder, Snitch, Spotter, and Tick had adjustments. The Tick, for example, has a brief dodge window while grabbed, which changes certain CC interactions and makes timing more important. Those tweaks make fights feel tighter and less exploit-prone. You'll notice fewer weird moments where enemies teleport through geometry or refuse to engage properly. Anti-cheat saw a notable overhaul. A 3 strikes progressive ban system is rolling out, moving from temporary bans to longer suspensions and eventual permanent bans for repeat offenders. The intent is clearer enforcement rather than piecemeal punishments, so expect a cleaner multiplayer experience if enforcement holds. Of course, no patch is without its rough edges. The devs called out a few known issues. Some players may not see the opt-in pop-up for the solo versus squads option immediately upon hitting level 40. Certain cosmetics tied to raider tokens might not show up properly in customization menus until purchased, and a missing skill point can appear on result screens. A quick restart or another round usually clears that glitch. There are also the usual crash fixes, aim assist consistency improvements across frame rates, inventory UI cleanups, a zipline guitar interaction fix, and various clipping and lighting polish across consoles and PC. Overall, this update nudges the game in a direction that rewards persistence and accommodates different playstyles.